Good morning. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Where's your next? There's so many thoughts I have going through my head today. I decided I'd take this from the car today. Just gonna talk point blank, talk with some thought processes about the journey, what it means to operate from a position of strength, and how do you make it through the unique realities of 2025 going into 2026. First, a story. It was 2 years ago, almost exactly, in November 4th, 2023. 2 years ago. Hard to believe it's been 2 years. That just blows me away. After, a couple years of change, moving parts, career taking me in directions I never thought I'd go down, I sat across, I was at a VIP event for these guys, Switchfoot. There's a reason this hangs in the car. The VIP reminder for their tour, the Beautiful Letdown tour. It was their 20-year tour. These guys have always influenced me, even while growing up. There's one song that they have called Dare You to Move. It was in that setting I was right in front of them. They could see me, probably about 5 feet away. John Foreman, the lead singer, has always been a very genuine soul. What you see is what you get. And he is the same wherever he goes. He's a surfer. The meaning of Switchfoot is to switch your stance when you're surfing. So it means to change up your position to find a new direction in the wave so that you can stay standing. If there's no poignant meaning about what we've been through these past 5 years, that one right there says it all. Well, I sat in front of him, I said, hey, I remember when Dare You to Move came out. I remember when you guys, this is exactly the dialogue I was having. I remember when you guys were on A Walk to Remember, a movie from the book, Nicholas Sparks, about a young romance during the Christmas holiday season. Ironic, huh? That's the time of year and I asked him, I said, hey, what is the meaning behind that song, Dare You to Move? And he said explicitly, and this is why this has profoundly influenced me ever since that conversation, in whatever I'm doing, whatever my perspective is, whatever my goals are. He said in so many words, dare you to move. The song says it all. Dare you to move. Get out there, keep going, keep driving, face the friction, face the challenge, face the life stuff that makes it all hard in order to reach your goals. In so many words, what happened was, on that day, this band, when they wrote these words, they were in a point of change. Life was coming at them. They were in college. And I'll tell you, I was in college when I was trying to, make my move, trying to figure it out, trying to figure out which direction I wanted to go. And I studied human resources, and I've been there ever since. But he said in so many words, hey, this song was about choosing to pursue what you love or getting derailed by what the world would have you believe. Well, it's 2 decades later. These guys hit it big. They made that decision on that day when that song was written when the words were written down to keep going. They dropped out of college. They could have stayed in college, could have pursued the direction that the world was telling them to go down versus their passion. What a message. What a lesson. And it reminds me right now, facing, the end of a contract role that's time bound. There's something to be said for that. I'm sitting back today just having had an interview with a company that I greatly admire. And no matter what happens, I think I made the business case. I did everything I was supposed to do. I handled the interview well. Now, if they come back and say no, oh well. I've got like 6 or 7 irons in the fire. I've got one role that could definitely turn into an offer. I've got several things in front of me. Probably going to have to make some choices. We're kind of at a place where, hey, I've gone through, I think about the interviews you're in, the value you can add, the reputation I bring to the table every day. I think about my place in this world and how the work I choose to do sets a tone for the rest of my life. And so, let's be honest. What challenges are we facing right now collectively in this environment in 2025? There's a lot. It feels at times like you're going up a mountain. And the journey can be extremely tough. You can feel down on yourself. You can get interview fatigue because you just want to land. You want it all to come together. You want it all to happen. And there's more candidates on the market than ever before. People who are worthy, people who are great. But here's where the perspective comes in. Even when the last few years, let me tell the story from this perspective. Since 2020, prior to 2020, everything felt stable. It felt like once 2020 came and that pandemic hit, every single thing changed. Change management became a thing. Adaptability became a thing. Like, you may have known a certain environment and a certain way of doing things, but you had to let that go because a whole new way was coming. AI is in the mix. Companies overhired. The whole situation with, just having remote work versus being on site. Each of these things all happened at the same time. We're all remote friendly. People loved it. They wanted to keep doing it. Then companies started bringing people back in house. They saw the value of, what that meant. Adaptability and change real time. Name, Switchfoot. We've all been there, folks. The Switchfoot reality has been the challenge. It's been the essence of striving. No. Moving. Daring yourself to move. To have the courage not to be the same as yesterday. To have courage to keep going when everything felt like the odds were stacked against you. And when no after no after no comes after each interview, the fact that you're getting interviews, for me, says that I'm on the right track. It's only a matter of time. And maybe I need a few more shots on goal. Wayne Gretzky used to say, I skate to where the puck is. And that man knew how to take shots on goal. He's got the record. You ever watch his game? He would always, it's amazing. Steve Young. Being under the shadow of Steve Montana for years. And then taking that shot down the field every time. Taking the shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, said Michael Jordan. Honestly, if you believe so much in yourself that you're going to achieve, in spite of no's, you can take two directions. Where I'm at, the greatest lesson of the past 5 years, when I made the choice in 2021 to leave a place I'd loved for 9 years at ADP, where I'd grown, where I'd had great management, where I'd had great circumstances. I got the call, the recruiting call came in. It felt good. It felt like I needed international perspective. And then I made a leap. Well, boy, did I learn. I learned from the growth that came from that next move. I learned when I made a move from there to agency recruiting that solidified my understanding of the sales process and what it means to be consultative. I remember sitting across the table from a man by the name of Scott Smith, who just challenged me to think differently and to see it from another point of view. And then in the current role, while I've been sourcing and in a supporting role, consultative role at AARP, or became a better professional. It is not an easy journey to go down and make a choice of a leap of faith. It can be absolutely 100% intimidating to sit back with a foreboding feeling that your contract's about to end, not because of anything you did, but because of a time-bound policy where my current organization has to have a 3-month break. And I don't know what's going to happen after that. Uncertainty is intimidating. And it is also, it makes one feel a sense of gratitude at the end of the year for the blessings that have come, for the opportunities that have come, in spite of the changing realities of the market, which remind me of another era, 2007, 2008. I was getting started in my career back then. And I'll tell you, back in those days, it felt intimidating. Man, I'm dating myself now. But I tell you right now, being at this stage of my career and knowing that one point or a door is going to open and I have to keep taking shots on goal until it opens, because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And as you go through these processes, you gain more confidence, you gain more understanding about what you bring and your value. And keep being visible in a good way, in your socials, in a positive sense, being seen as a thought leader in your industry. I wish I had all the words to describe what this has been like, this journey that I've taken. But I'll tell you, it is the opportunity to become a better person that has driven all of it. So while I don't know what the next chapter holds yet, there are indications that the chapter is going to come. Already on this job search, I've been close to a dang offer. And that situation, they kind of did it backwards. They wanted to hire their director at the end of the, right after they interviewed me, and an offer seemed like it was coming. very difficult scenario. But as I take a bit of faith in the big picture of things, it's January's right around the corner. My timing is right. It is only a matter of time. And so I'll say to you once again, that switchfoot mindset, that dare you to move focus, is something to look at in your career and something to keep building on. Which is why I put it here on the Where's Your Next channel. I won't post it on my other socials. But just real talk. If the economy feels stuck, if everything feels stuck, there's so many avenues you can take yourself down in this to second guess the path. But then when a door opens, and it opens because you kept taking shots on goal, that's a hockey player mindset. And I watch those players on the Utah Mammoth. I watch them. I see those shots on goal. I'm inspired by that. So if there's one point today that I can, drive home, keep going forward. Yeah, this is a longer video, but I certainly believe that the future is bright ahead. And that's why you have to keep going. What a place to be. Taking shots on goal for the next steps in my career. Yeah, keep taking shots on goal when you have a dream in mind. When you have a goal in mind. When you want to stay in your chosen field. There's so many recruiters on the market right now. It can feel extremely intimidating. But yet, here I am putting out this vid with the knowledge that I am this close to achieving my goal. And that the next chapter will be amazing. And if the sleeper company that I'm waiting on comes to pass, that would be an amazing outcome. Every single thing we do matters. Be gracious, be kind. Keep your head going forward. And remember, stay confident, not cocky. It's a fine balance. It's a place to run from. Tell your story cleanly and clearly. And let yourself go in the direction you want to go. You have what it takes. That's the Where's Your Next perspective. That's why this channel exists. That's what the content will focus on going forward. Heck, I don't know where everything's going. I don't know how this next year is going to turn out. I do know that the best chapter is yet ahead. That's the perspective I choose to espouse. That's the perspective I choose to look for. We'll see you again soon on Where's Your Next. Thanks for being here. And if you're watching this and you listen to this, little philosophical rant, thanks for staying with me. I appreciate that you're here. I hope it helps you. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Where's Next?